Hello, my name is Geogen and welcome back to World of Tanks. Today you join me in the IS-8, which is advertised as a Tier 9 Soviet heavy tank. And I say advertised, it's classified as a heavy tank, but it behaves more like a medium in terms of its armor layout and the effectiveness of it. It's also very fast. So, the turret armor of the IS-8 is very good. Well, I say very good. It's effective enough to bounce tier 7, most tier 8s, some tier 9s, and sometimes tier 10s from the front in most places. The cupola, as you are going to see, can be penetrated. Even though it's quite a thin target, the armor becomes weaker towards the roof of most Soviet tanks, and this is no exception. We do see a glimpse of an ST-1 over in the distance, but he's gone. There's no point wasting a shell. Anyway, the IS-8, as you can see, is very mobile for a heavy tank. It's more like a medium heavy, and it frustrates me because the armor isn't very good unless you're quite lucky. Like that, 400 damage into the enemy, we repair our tracks and we get tracked again. But we're mostly in cover. We're getting shot by ineffective low caliber ammunition from, I think, a comet. Yep, from a comet. So you can bounce on the hull, and side scraping is a little hard, as you're going to see. But the gun, when it's fully upgraded, is a very, very good one at that. This gun is shared on a lot of tier 9 and 10 Soviet heavy tanks, and it's the M62 gun. You get it on this, you get it on the ST-1, and you get it on the IS-4. And we've already done 4 damaging shells, and we're up to 1700 damage done. Made that 2200. We do manage to bounce a shell in the turret, but another one does go in, as I was talking about earlier. There you can see here, and again goes straight through this viewport and into the cupola, which is unfortunate, but it's something I and you, if you're going to play the IS-8, going to have to deal with. Over-angling super Pershings are no problem for this 258mm of penetration on this gun. Looking for a shot on that comet. It looks a bit... Oh, surprisingly, it went in, and I was surprised at the time. We also do get shot on the side of the turret there, but luckily our health is not affected, it just bounces off. Up to 3600 damage done. And right now I'm thinking this is quite a promising game. Until I took a look at the team scores, where we're losing 3-7. 8 of us remain versus their 12. Still using this gun and putting it to good work. It has about a 10-second reload for those of you wondering, with my crew. And it has the standard vents, gun rammer, and vertical stabilizer. Boom. There we go. Unfortunately, as you can tell, most people shoot this thing in the hull, and it becomes quite the chore to play. Or maybe it's just me being used to playing E75s. What else is a very strong tier 9 heavy tank? E75, VK4502B. Those two definitely have very strong frontal hull armor. Conqueror, not so much. It does have more effective armor than this, but... And that was a nice tracking shot. Keeps the ST-1 in place. Keeps his turret at a horrible angle so he can't point the gun down. I rush forward to help out this STV. I'm doing the STV thing from yesterday. The ST-1. And he goes down. However, we get hit by probably a T-28 prototype, and there's a Tiger Pete, and it bounces off his 200mm of frontal armor, so 258 pen is not good enough, and that puts away the game that could have been very good in the IS-8. 5,500 damage is all I have to take from that. And yeah, we did lose this one. So I'll take you over to the post-game stats. So that was pretty devastating, because it could have gone so much better. I mean, it was going well, until it wasn't. But anyway, at first class, fight for effect, bruiser, 74,000 credits, 1,560 experience on a defeat. A higher caliber, breakdown of my earnings there, 46,000 with premium in terms of my profits. 14 shots fired, 14 hits. On the right hand side you can see we only managed to kill one enemy, but we damaged several others, including doing some critical damage to that IS-8 ammo rack, the ST-1 we knocked out its tracks, and the fuel tank on the T-32, or one of them at least. Team score, well, look at that. 5,500 damage done, with the 110 doing 2,500 damage. 4 of our teammates didn't do anything, and I know one of them's a scout at tier 6 in a tier 9 match, which is a pretty hard matchmaker for him, but the others were in tier 8 and tier 7. So again, the Tiger P perhaps. The Ferdinand has a pretty decent gun, but we all have a bad game, I suppose. T-54 on the enemy team did very well. I didn't see him for that game, I don't think, but yep, he managed to do his team proud. As you would be aware if you've watched my T-54 review, how good that tank is. The statistics here, well, you can read them for yourselves, but 14 shots fired, 14 hits and 1 fortunately didn't penetrate on that Tiger P, which was a bit frustrating to say the least. And we got penetrated 6 times, but we bounced 8 shots, so pretty good for the IS-8, considering its armour on the whole, at least, isn't very good at all, especially for the tier. Courageous resistance, which does make the game a little less hurtful to lose. Didn't hurt me as much to lose, because we gained some more money, as if we were on the winning team, and the experience as well, as if we were on the winning team. So that's 1600, well, close enough 1600 experience, but here we got 664 base experience, but because of this courageous resistance and the premium account we got 1560. With a standard account that would have been 1040. So there you go, that was the battle in the IS-8 I just played. It's not a favourite vehicle of mine, but I'm still trying to get the times 3 for today. But yeah, it can do some good damage output thanks to this fantastic 122mm M62 T2 gun. Very good gun indeed. So anyway, I'll leave it there. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like down below, and I will see you chaps and chapettes in the next one.